every morning with drive. Being on the grind, know I had to survive. We had to win. Started from the dirt and the rubble. I had to be the needle that was popping your bubble.
Hello and welcome into the Rookie Prospect Profile Series. This is a Zilla Fantasy Elite production. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if you have been enjoying these machine learning model videos. Today we're going to be looking at running back Evan Burgess, or EJ Burgess. EJ Burgess went undrafted in the NFL draft, and they come into the league out of Franklin Pierce University. They are not currently on an NFL team, so keep that in mind when doing your prospect analysis. They have yet to join with an NFL team. Looking at some of their physical traits, we can see that EJ Burgess comes in at a height of 5'11", 220 pounds, so a hefty guy there, giving us a BMI of 30.7. They had a 40 time all the way up at 4.69, giving us a speed score of 90.9 overall. Putting some of these physical traits along with some of their college numbers into the RStudio model, we do get a prospect score of 11.041, which does rank 225th overall out of the 310 running backs in the RStudio models database. That is the 27.4 percentile. So shifting over to see who the closest comparables are to EJ Burgess's prospect score, we can see that the next better than him are Lorenzo Taliaferro, Joe Banyard, Peyton Barber, Dan Herron, and Myles Gaskin. The next five closest below are Benny Cunningham, Dontrell Hilliard, Travis Homer, Antonio Andrews, and Rodney Smith. Really the only people of note there, Peyton Barber and Myles Gaskin. Peyton Barber, kind of a underperforming person that did get some time on the field. And then Myles Gaskin, who we did see have a pretty solid season in there for the Miami Dolphins. Otherwise, pretty uninspiring list here. Bunch of people who really have done nothing in the NFL. Well, that's going to be the RStudio models version of EJ Burgess. How did the machine learning model view him? Let's switch over to that now. We can see that he comes in with a mean of 10.38, a median of 10.41, their minimum prediction at 6.67, and then their maximum prediction at 13.32. Getting into those percentile outcomes for the 10th, 25th, 75th, and 90th percentile outcomes, 8.40, 9.37, 11.47, and 12.35 respectively, with that mid-50 gap of 2.10. Very interesting prospect there. We'll get into kind of those numbers in terms of their rank in a little bit, but first let's look at historical comps for EJ Burgess, that 10.5 range, 10.4 range. What does that look like for an average outcome? Well, getting in between 10 and 10.6, we can see Donald Brown all the way down at 10.0, Mike Gillislee at 10.3, Javorius Allen, James Stark, and Brandon Oliver, and Ben Tate all at 10.4, and then we have Thomas Rawls at 10.6. That's about an average outcome that you can expect if EJ Burgess should get 80 opportunities in a season. You're looking at somewhere around, James Starks, Brandon Oliver, Thomas Rawls, Donald Brown type of season. Not exactly super great, but that's the range that you're looking at. Getting into the 13.32, what does that look like? In between 13 and 13.5, we got quite a few people there. Get into that. So TJ Yeldon and Rex Burkhead at 13 exactly. We have Mikel Leshore at 13.8. Jeremy Hill at 13.2. Jamal Williams, best season, 13.29. Ronald Jones, best season, 13.31. Ronnie Brown, if you remember him, 13.35. Joig Bell, 13.4. Amir Abdullah, 13.4. Duke Johnson, Chris Ivory, both at 13.5. Kenneth Walker's rookie season, 13.51. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire's rookie season, 13.54. That's the range that you're looking at for best season outcome for EJ Burgess. That is 100th percentile outcome. Should he reach that, you're going to be looking at Jeremy Hill, Ronald Jones, Kenneth Walker rookie seasons at best. Where does he rank in terms of the 2023 class? We can see that He has a mean rank of 20, median rank of 22. His minimum rank is actually 13th best, and his maximum rank is 33rd best. So you can really tell he's in a tight range. His minimum is one of the best, but his maximum is one of the worst. So his range is really low, and you can see, within the graph there that everything's falling into a very narrow range, and his rates on the left or the y-axis there are pretty high compared to most people. Getting into the percentile ranks, the 10th percentile rank through the 90th, we're sitting at 17, 18, 24, and 26, somewhat as we would expect, as the minimum rank was higher ranked and the max was one of the worst. It progressively gets worse there. Then the mid 50 gap is number 3 overall. He doesn't have a super high mean and median, but his M50 gap is the 3rd best at 2.10. Really what that's saying is if EJ Burgess gets 80 opportunities in a season, he's going to fall into a very narrow range of outcomes. Really, it's expecting the middle 50 to be essentially in between 9.4 and 11.4, so a pretty narrow range there, which is why that M50 gap range is ranked number 3 overall, and why his min and max ranges are the way that they are, a high min and a low max. Just, not a lot of variability in this guy's particular outcomes should he get the opportunities, and that's what the machine learning model is saying based off of his physical stats along with some of his college stats. And hopefully the RStudio model that we saw earlier in this machine learning model give you that little boost of additional confidence in all the analysis that you're doing for each of these incoming rookies. Again, EJ Burgess not even on a team yet, so keep that in mind. That's going to do it for today's rookie prospect profile on Evan Burgess, or EJ Burgess. This is presented by Zilla Fantasy Elite. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
Wake up every morning with drive.